The video opens by immediately immersing the audience in the everyday life of Palestinians, showing images of families, children playing, and people working, instead of focusing on conflict or destruction. The narrator asks a simple but powerful question. When you hear the word Palestine, what comes to your mind? This question challenges the viewer's assumptions. It sets up the idea that what we usually see or hear is only a fraction of the full reality. The narrator invites the audience on a journey not of politics or debate, but of humanity, emotions, and stories. The opening promises that by the end of the video, the viewer will have seen a deeper, richer, more human picture of Palestine, one that transcends stereotypes and media headlines. The video shifts into breaking down how media narratives often reduce Palestine to just conflict and tragedy, stripping away the full human experience. The narrator explains that behind every headline are real people living full lives, fathers waking up early for work, mothers preparing meals, and children chasing dreams. It challenges the audience to think deeper. When was the last time they imagined a Palestinian simply living an ordinary day? The message is clear: seeing only struggle dehumanizes people, but recognizing their everyday hopes and joys rebuilds the connection we've lost. It plants the idea that real change begins when we reclaim the human story behind the news. The video then explores why humanizing Palestinians matters, not just for understanding, but for creating a better future. It discusses how dehumanization perpetuates cycles of misunderstanding and conflict. The narrator paints a hopeful vision of a future where humanizing others leads to peace, collaboration, and respect. The audience is challenged to think beyond politics. How could the world change if we all saw each other as humans first? The idea is presented that every person we dehumanize adds to the walls between us, but every person we recognize as human opens a door to a more peaceful future. The message emphasizes the power of empathy and understanding to create lasting change. In this section, the video shifts to practical, actionable steps that the audience can take to humanize Palestinians in their daily lives. The narrator suggests concrete ways to make a difference by learning personal stories, supporting Palestinian artists and entrepreneurs, and engaging in open dialogue instead of heated debates. The emphasis is on making empathy a regular practice, not just something to think about in passing. The audience is encouraged to ask themselves, how many people will I truly see and understand this year? The goal is to inspire small but impactful actions that contribute to a larger cultural shift. This section tells the powerful story of a Palestinian teacher who, despite the challenges of war, kept a school alive and used education to instill hope, resilience, and forgiveness in her students. The story highlights how one individual can spark significant change and impact lives in profound ways. The narrator emphasizes that history remembers those who choose compassion, even in the hardest circumstances. The message is clear. The power of one person's actions can create ripples that transcend borders and bring about a brighter, more compassionate future for all. The video concludes by bringing everything together, reinforcing that Palestine is more than just a place of conflict. It's a collection of human dreams, hopes, and aspirations. The narrator challenges the audience to imagine a world where we see each other as human beings first, and how this shift in perspective could create a more peaceful and understanding future. The video ends on an inspiring note, showing children from Palestine and around the world holding hands, laughing, and sharing their dreams. The final message urges viewers to reflect on the borders they've created in their minds and how those are the first barriers that need to be broken down for real peace to begin. The narrator invites the audience to take a moment of introspection. The question is asked, what will you do with this knowledge? It calls for more than just awareness. It's about embodying the spirit of empathy in action. The video challenges viewers to start small but significant actions in their own lives, whether that's learning about Palestine from local voices, supporting efforts for peace, or even initiating meaningful conversations with others. The power of each individual's voice and choice is emphasized. When we see the humanity in others, we create a world that is kinder, more understanding, and more peaceful. Finally, the narrator urges the audience to commit to breaking down the mental borders that divide us all and to begin the work of building bridges not just between nations, but between hearts. The call is simple: be the change every day.